Hello and welcome, I'm your CodeMonkey, and I've just published my 10th game mechanic challenge. We have a fire spread simulation system. Challenge number 6, that was a really nice quest system. One of my favorites was challenge number 7, the worker task system, and a whole bunch more. In total, now it has 10 challenges. This is my game dev practice lab. It is my program where I give you a challenge, something like, for example, build a save system. I give you a list of the objectives you need to complete. For example, save and load the resource amounts, building placement, multiple save slots, and so on. And of course, I also give you the starting project files. Then it's up to you to download them and complete the challenge, complete all the objectives in any way you see fit. The whole point behind this program is to help you learn by doing. You can't learn just by passively watching tutorials. You need to actually apply what you're learning. The actively working on part, that is essential if you want to truly learn. And right here, completing these challenges. This is what will give you a ton of experience, which in turn will help you be more capable as a game dev, which in turn will help you be able to build pretty much any game you can imagine. Every challenge has a description of the challenge, it has a list of the objectives you must complete, it has all the hints, and of course the starting project files for you to download. Then you download and complete the challenge yourself, and after you do that, you can watch the solution. And over here I basically go step by step teaching you how exactly I made my own solution, so you can see how I solved the challenge myself. But of course that is just one possible option. The whole point is for you to complete challenges in any way you see fit. So one of my favorite things about the lab is basically the complete thread. Over here basically people post their own solutions, how they actually solve them, and it's really awesome to see how different people solve all these challenges in many different ways. There's also an architecture deep dive. This is another pretty detailed video where I explain how exactly I built the starting scene, and more importantly, what were the decisions that I made in building it, and what I did because this was just a simple demo, and what I would have done differently if this was a complete game. And then the code review section. This is where students post their own code that they use to solve their challenge. And I do a review explaining the things that I like, the things that I would have done differently. Also, you can improve the quality of your code. Here on challenge number 0, so the starting project files already has a fully functional sort of city builder minigame. I can click to place down buildings and everything works. But there's no save system whatsoever, so all this data, once I quit and I come back to it, nope, it is completely empty because nothing is being saved. That is because that is very much your job. Take these starting project files and add the save system on top. So on the challenges, so number 0 was the save system city builder, really nice. Challenge number 1 was a very fun, very visual one, the CCTV camera system. Then challenge number 2 was the traffic controller. This was really fun, handling all the red lights, green lights, and so on. Challenge number 3 was the keypad access system. Really nice way of having a keypad physically in the world, being able to input some kind of code that triggers some kind of action. Challenge number 4 was a 2D one, so being able to basically jump through platforms and drop through them. Challenge number 5 was all about helping you improve the quality of your code. It was all about starting from something that exists but is really dirty and then refactoring it to make it still work but look really nice. Challenge number 6 was the quest system. This is also really nice, something that is very common in many games, so yep, I enjoyed making and building this one. Challenge number 7 was the worker task system. This one is very personal to me since I really enjoy making all kinds of management games, and this is really awesome. It is something that you use all the time in making those kinds of games. Then challenge number 8 was all about resources storage and offline progression. So very much the kind of things that are super used in games like incremental games. That is a genre that is super hot nowadays, so by completing the challenge, you can make those kinds of games. And the final one, challenge number 9, the fire spread simulation. This one also really fun. It is all about starting from one piece of fire and making it blow up so that everything is nice on fire. So yep, those are the 10 challenges available right now on the Game Dev Practice Lab. And like I said, I've just enabled a free trial, so you can now try out all of these challenges completely for free. It is a 7-day free trial, there are no limitations whatsoever. So technically, if you're fast enough, you can actually go through every single one of these 10 challenges, go through them all, and learn a ton completely for free. But of course, I really hope you enjoyed this nice, practical, hands-on way of learning. I hope you stick around for all the future challenges. There's a brand new one every 2 weeks. Also, a quick mention, I recently enabled the affiliate system. So basically, if you have any friends and they sign up through your link, if so, you get a nice 30% commission. So yeah, check it out through the link in the description and try it out for free. Like I said, I really hope this very practical, hands-on way of learning really helps you actually gain the knowledge that you need in order to be able to build any game you can imagine. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.